How are you doing?
Doing well. Bear with me. I'm just backing out of a parking spot here. And uh, so two things. So I got laid off today from my job, which is I think a blessing in disguise.
Okay.
So I think I can go full time into federal contracting.
Well, that's good. You'll be able to
Well,
bid a lot more jobs.
yeah, yeah. That's the thing. Well, I have these two that I want, and soon I just put my first invoice in, and they'll start paying me. And I can go back to work in 2 weeks if I want to, but I want to. I got proof of concept now, so.
Yeah, you win a couple of jobs, start turning invoices in. There's some motivation there, huh?
Well, this job, this demo job, I'm gonna probably make close to 40 grand on that.
Wow, that's
And
great.
yeah, yeah. Well, that leads me to my first question. So I got my pre-construction meeting on Tuesday. I paid for my bond. My bond was 3 grand or thereabouts. So I can submit my bond and pre-construction. I go there and say, okay, I want to put an invoice in for the bond, right?
That's right. Now, look, that's a tactic. And if you go back to the workshop, I say it's nothing's guaranteed, okay? Because sometimes they'll say no, you're only going to be paid one time on this job or something, because it's only going to take 2 weeks to do or something like that. Like they'll have a reason. So just
Yep.
understand that the Prompt Payment Act says monthly or more often as deemed necessary by the contracting officer. Meaning, sure, you can turn in an invoice for the bond, but now you're not going to be able to bill again for another 30 days. And if you finish the job in 2 weeks, you might be begging to turn it in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. This job isn't going to start until October 1st. We can't do it until October 1st, and they're going to complete it about November 1st.
Yeah, so that would make sense. Go in there and bill them for the
Yeah.
bond, and yeah.
So, is there a way that I can? Because there's like a cost to get the job, right? I remember your dad saying that there's a
Yeah,
cost
you
to
wouldn't be
apply.
entitled to any overhead and profit associated with getting the job, and that would fall under overhead. So
Okay.
the way that federal contracts work is that the overhead and profit is built into the line items themselves. And being paid a bond fee is the fee itself. It's
Okay.
not, yes, sorry about that.
No, no worries. Yeah, just don't get greedy. Okay,
Yeah,
so I'll get my 3 grand back. That just helps with cash flow.
sure.
Okay, that's good. Um, you just triggered something. So that I'm doing this gate job up by the border, Canadian border in Vermont, and I just billed my first invoice. He let me do it for project management, 30% of the the project, and then he said, oh, so once you order the materials and they're on site, you can build another 30%. He says, once the job's complete, I want you to bill it, but I want you to leave like 5% open.
Okay, that's words that you want to hear, indicating that it's the
Yes.
end of the year and they might want to add some more work in there.
Okay. I was reading that correctly. He said that two different times. I want you to build it, leave
Yeah.
5%
In
open.
fact, I forgot that you and I had a conversation like this 10 days ago or something. Now you're catching on to the nuances.
Yes. 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 Well, I should have said to him, "Oh, how deep you want to go on
Yeah.
those pipes?" Well, that's all you had to say. I was like, okay. I get a little. I'm over this. I have these government employees. They're just normal people, and I called up this guy from the National Park Services, and he couldn't have been nicer. And I always there's some stigma in my brain that I'm going to break the law and end up in prison or something.
No, no,
Guantanamo. Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
like
And I
that.
don't. Yeah. So, okay. So that was code for that. What was my other question? Oh, RFPs. Okay. So I've been doing nothing but RFQs, and I got kind of a little system here where I look for jobs and the type of jobs that I look for and things like that. I'm thinking of starting to go into RFPs.
Okay.
Uh, the only thing that I really need to worry about is I just got to make sure that I got a good solid bid.
That's right,
Because I
because
can't bet.
they can award it without discussion, and then it's yours.
Yep. Okay. So those are really the only two that I want to get into at this point is RFPs and RFQs.
Oh, I
But
completely agree with that. And by the way, most
yeah,
of them are RFQs and RFPs.
yeah. Well, I was looking through, and I looked for. I got a little system that I look for certain type of jobs in certain locations, and it's interesting because I'm starting to get a little. I've talked to quite a few people, carpenters and people that did windows and people that do roofs, and now they're starting to message me, "Hey, you got any more work? Can I bid any more work for?" So I got these people like in my pipeline, and it when work pops up in Montana, I got 3 different contractors that I've already talked to.
Well, there you
It
go.
just it just makes it so much easier and so much quicker to get some of these. I can see it kind of coming together. Is the point? But okay. That answers my questions. I'm gonna submit for the bond. I was right on the gate there, and I'm gonna start doing RFPs probably. And I think I'm still just gonna keep below 250,000. I'm gonna keep those jobs for a while. Would you recommend staying that way for until I get a little portfolio of work done?
For sure.
Yeah,
The bigger jobs will come naturally, but you got a couple of jobs, one barely under your belt, the other one coming. I always, my recommendation is do 3 or 4 RFQs before you move into RFPs. Do 3 or 4 RFPs before you start moving up in dollars. You know.
yeah. Okay, perfect. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, man.
All right, very good. Take care.
All right, take care. Have a good one. Bye bye.
Bye.